Okay, so this reading is for Jerry Moran. I'm using Ciro Marchetti's Kipper, as usual. And from what I can tell on Wikipedia, this guy's been in office. My goodness, he was a rep from I'm sorry. He started out as in the House of Representatives from January 3rd, 97, went through 2011, and then became a senator. So just in case you don't know what he looks like, and I did not. Well, sorry about that darn glare with my camera, but there's his face. Okay. And he is one of the 8 who went to Russia. So let's look at his future. And I apologize for any confusion around the I can't remember which video I did where I thought that here's a lesson. So when you're searching for something on Google, I had to go to my settings and turn off the quick search, because you can search for something, it'll pop up with just like a little paragraph, a little, clause that'll say blah, blah, blah about the thing you are asking. But what it pulled up for me when I was asking about term limits was a bill that was written for both the Senate and the House, but it hadn't been passed yet. So I'm reading shall and must and all this other, baloney that hadn't happened yet. That's my bad for not fully clicking in, into the website. And it's on, I think it's congress.gov. So maybe those term limits can go through to where representatives and senators can't do more than two consecutive terms. They can't do 3 terms in a row. So anyway, I apologize for that. I hope that clears things up. And now let me tune back into Jerry Moran. Let's look at his political future. Let me move my pen, need my chopstick over here, and let's see what comes through. Jerry Moran. And it looks like he's a Gemini, early degree Gemini, 68 years old. His future, Jerry Moran, who went to Russia with the other 7. There were 8 of them that went July 4th, 2018. Okay, ooh, there's Russia. I'm going to take the 2 off the bottom, set them aside, and well, I better not try to do all 3 rows at once, right? I mean, that's just silly. I would need longer piano fingers to accomplish something like that, and probably have to use my arms too. And then it probably would mess up. Someday, hey, maybe someday we'll be able to just go Shazam and all the cards are spread out. They do have apps. They have apps. I have a Kipper app that I use for myself all the time, and it actually works. I just found out, so if you're ever using something like that, what I did find out that they are not accurate if you have it plugged in, if you have your phone plugged in and charging and you're using an app and trying to give yourself a reading, it won't work. I mean, at least it's not accurate. But with it unplugged, I did pretty good, a little bit, here and there. Just checking, simple things to see, well, do these things work? Because you literally hit one button and then bam, you have a whole reading. Okay, so for me and my limitations as a card reader currently, what I'm seeing here is, okay, wait, hold on. I got to tune in. I mean, this one in the center here is really interesting. So this can be decisions, but it can also be charges being pressed upon him. And it could just be, the place where he works, right? So let's see. So it knights up here to the marriage card. So, and because of the official person being the, our card for politics, I would say he's like married into his position. He's very bonded with his business partnerships, which shouldn't be, but it is, looks to me, in his position. Poverty card up here, I don't think that the guy would actually ever be in poverty, but I think he has a poverty consciousness, which stems from greed. People believe in, people that are really greedy like that usually believe there's not enough. That's why they think they have to take it and hoard it all. And even though he's not yet 70, this bad health card looks like it's sneaking up behind him. This isn't him. He's not here, but I feel like this is his position. Maybe this is a down patch that comes from a subpoena. But this is our Rut-Row card. But anyway, this knighting up to his consciousness, his partnerships, and then down to an investigation into maybe these guys will be busted at some point, because this is my card for overseas foreign, interests. And this is, you know what? This is probably Jack Smith. And the maybe some information that came through his international, because these cards touch, his international community. Because Jack Smith must be hooked up, right? Because he has busted all types of, child trafficking rings. Can you imagine the pain that guy's been through, the things he has seen? Right? I mean, you have to wonder. Scary stuff. So, but back to Jerry Moran, if I'm saying his name right, I don't know. But sending lots of love to Kansas. Okay, so I really do feel like there's something coming through the DOJ, and because this would be the whole DOJ with these two cards, and especially Jack Smith. If we took the wig off here, it kind of looks like him. And it knights down here to an investigation, to people who are looking into things that you don't have any control over, and there might even be a demand as to what's going on. Like if Jack Smith just, we can just think it through logically, it makes sense, very logically, if we use our reasoning abilities, that Jack Smith and his overseas connections, international connections, would probably already have dirt on any politician. And I really feel like we are going to have to be very patient for everything to come down, because I think he's going to try and get, this came through really strongly in a reading before on Trump when I was asking, I think the title has something to do with what would Jack Smith's effect on Trump be, something like that, or his investigation, DOJ, whatever. It's in a playlist there. So anyway, I'm thinking that because they work their way up the food chain, right? So he's going to get the little fish. Well, definitely all of these, these politicians, whether Senate or House, are the little fish going up the food chain. But they're a big part of it, right? They've all been compromised with their foreign connection. And these cards here tell me that he went to Russia for a handout, and he had the ambitions to, he went there with, I don't have enough for whatever you want me to do. Basically, you need to pay me. That's what I'm getting here, right? The mature woman may or may not actually be a person. And if it's a person, boy, by the time I get done with all these political readings, if you guys don't understand Kipper, you're not paying attention, because I'm going to say the same things over and over. And hopefully when we're done with all of this, everybody will just, they'll have Kipper inside of them and go, oh yeah, I know what that card means. And even if it's a different deck we use, you'll still remember that the mature woman, or in other decks it's called the older woman, is a confidant. So it's a woman who's supportive and confident. I mean, hold your confidence, hold your secrets. So there's a younger, well, if these are people, there's a younger woman too. But when you add these two together, we have wealth and privilege and creativity, and then we have secrets. And this top row is very, very, very telling. This could also be anyone who works for the DOJ, like maybe Lisa Monaco, maybe, Fonnie Willis is working on Georgia. Letitia James is working on, she's in New York. Isn't Lisa Monaco an assistant? Who's the woman who's the assistant AG for Merrick Garland, is my question. Because I think that this is her. And this is weighing down on the dude. The four corners are really spelling out that there's going to be an investigation where he's going to have to come to terms with and give, well, at least they're going to try to get him to give some information, a real down patch for him as to his business partnerships based in greed overseas or, international. So, okay. Man, it's all right here. The money, the greed, the ambition, and then his, I'm going to read this one a little differently. It's the clan. The DOJ, Jack Smith, is on top of the clannish behavior of the money launderers. We have, when I get the clues, sniffing out the money laundering, I always have this card, often have this card, always have this card, and often have the sudden wealth. It's a way to bring through the abundance. But, they have to work for it. They have to create the shell companies. They have to create ways to launder money. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a great series I think it's on Netflix, called Ozark. I think there's 3 or 4 series. 3, 4, or 5, I can't remember, or 3 or 4 seasons, I should say. But it's a great series. It's hard to watch. It's brutal. A lot of times you have to cover your eyes, mute the sound sometimes even. But it really shows you what they do to launder money. So it is work. It's a risk. He's all up in that, man. This guy's all up in it. And there are political meetings that will create subpoenas. There are probably lots of sealed indictments already, and they just have to unseal them and, give out then the subpoena will be issued. And his future, if it's not just a down patch as to his career as a politician, it could also be his health. This card does not have to be bad health, though. It could just be a place where you're leveled. In the tarot, it would be equivalent to the Four of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have his reputation as a thief. His reputation as a money-sucking vampire, basically. And he's going to have, there's another one. I'm not going to hold this card up too high because there's boobage there. There's cleavage. I don't want to have to color these cards too. Tira Marchetti, I swear. I mean, yeah, well, what can I say? He's good at creating the body parts. But yeah, this guy's mobbed up, money laundered, and in with Russia and any other way he can get some money. He's a bad man. Hold on, let's go back to his photo. Yeah, I think he wants to eat a lot with those teeth. I don't want him anywhere near me. All right. That's it. You guys let me know what else you know about him, because I didn't study much other than that little page on Wikipedia, but I didn't go that far. But the cards are very telling for his future to not be so good. And I don't think he's having an easy time right now even. Okay. All right. Take good care, you guys. And let's make this last week of 2022 the best we can. Bye-bye.